Oral questions. Questions orales. The honourable member for Ajax Pickering.
This government had a choice to inform Canadians on how to protect their health against H1N1 or to use taxpayers' money as a slush fund to run campaign ads. 10-1, costing tens of millions. They chose themselves over Canadians to abuse the system and treat tax dollars like a conservative war chest. Worse, the Prime Minister was warned beforehand by bureaucrats that this crossed the line. The Prime Minister knew it was wrong and did it anyway. With civil servants saying, quote, they've never seen anything so blatant as this self-promotion, will the government repay taxpayers and stop this abuse?
The Honourable Parliament Secretary to the President of the Treasury Board.
Mr. Speaker, the Action Plan website and advertising campaign further increased transparency and accountability to Canadians. We want Canadians to have information about all of the important measures in our stimulus package, like the home renovation tax credit. But again, we know where the Liberals stand. They voted against homeowners receiving this credit. It's little surprise, Mr. Speaker, that the Liberal member does not support informing Canadians about these important economic stimulus programs and initiatives. After all, they voted against these recession-fighting measures in their relentless pursuit of an unnecessary and opportunistic election.
The honourable member for Ajax Pickering.
What is clear is they want to use taxpayer money to keep them in power. In fact, Peter O'Connor, professor emeritus at Dalhousie University and expert on government advertising, said, quote, expecting public servants to manage government communications that has a partisan spin to it is a misuse of public power. It is an abuse. It has even been called, quote, a form of political corruption. Senior bureaucrats told them not to do it, and every Canadian knows they are treating taxpayers' money like a personal slush fund. In a difficult economy, with thousands of Canadians fighting to make ends meet, can they really look taxpayers in the eye and justify this gross abuse?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary to the President of the Treasury Board.
Mr. Speaker, I don't see how information on the H1N1 virus is an abuse of any government spending. Mr. Speaker, the government has a long-standing commitment to communicate important services and benefits to Canadians, and we will continue to live up to our responsibility, especially during this economic crisis. Mr. Speaker, is the member opposite suggesting that Canadians do not have the right to know about the home renovation tax credit?
They vote.
The honourable member for Ajax Pickering.
What is an abuse is choosing 10-1 to promote themselves instead of Canadians' health. That's an abuse. Quote, every funding program across the government is being politicized, said one civil servant. Another said, quote, they do it for their own needs. They're not in it for people. Welcome to this Prime Minister's world, end quote. Yes, welcome to this Prime Minister's world. Government as a partisan weapon of attack. Every program, every service twisted and contorted to serve their ends. The Prime Minister was elected to serve, but he's forgotten who. Will he end the abuse and finally put Canadians first?
Honourable Order. The members asked a question, and I think we'd like to hear the answer. The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Mr. Speaker, advertising is a key way for the government to reach large numbers of Canadians on important issues of public concern, such as H1N1, elder abuse, Canadian Forces recruitment, and the home renovation tax credit. Mr. Speaker, we're not surprised the Leader of the Opposition and the Liberals do not want Canadians to know about measures like the home renovation tax credit. After all, they voted against them in their relentless